Joining us here is Shreveport City Councilman Michael Corbin. Hey, Mr. Mike, how are you this morning?
Good morning, Robert and Aaron. How are y'all this morning?
So there has been somebody on local radio who has been railing for about a week now about what he calls garbage socialism.
I heard that.
I.e., well, it may be me.
Maybe.
And well, here, in a nutshell, to keep my blood pressure at a manageable level, why don't you explain what I'm talking about? And then we got a text from Mike yesterday saying, that's not the worst idea somebody ever had.
Yep. City's budget for next year. City Council's now just kind of getting their fingers in it. And it includes a $12 a month garbage fee, which is new for Shreveport residents, for picking up garbage.
Everybody who gets Shreveport City trash pickup would pay $12 a month. And I thought, wait a second. If I produce a bag of garbage a week, why am I paying the same amount as the lady down the street
with 3 babies and all those diapers,
who's got 4 kids and is turning out 3 bags a day? And I remember living when I was in Grand Rapids, Michigan. They had what was called city bags. And they were for sale at different grocery stores and outlets of that ilk. And the city, the trash guys, would not pick up your garbage unless they were in an approved city bag. They cost $1.50 at the time. This is 25 or 30 years ago. Now they're $2.50 a bag. That would cost me $5 a month in trash. And yet, if you, Aaron McCarty, are turning out a bag every other day, you're going to pay your fair share.
Yep.
Now, Mike, is this the worst idea somebody ever had?
No, it's not, and I'm right there with you, Robert. I mean, we're empty nesters, and we have maybe a bag a week. Our recycle bin's full, but we have 1 bag of garbage. And I know, whether it's my neighbors, somebody down the street that may have 4 or 5. So I think it is a good idea. I think it's something that we need to explore. The city actually did this for a brief period of time back in, I believe, late 70s, early 80s. I found some people that remember it, but nobody knows too many of the specific details about it. It's something to consider.
What is the current, and I don't know, maybe you do, what is the current capacity gallon-wise of the trash bins that the city gave everybody? Is it 64, 32? I have no idea.
They are, I believe, either 64 or 72-gallon bins.
Because it's Lansing, Michigan. I've been doing a little homework here. I believe it's Lansing, Michigan. They furnish different size garbage bins. They've got 32s, 64s, and then something. It's not like a 128, but it's like a 96 or something like that. And the monthly fee you pay is based on the size of the bin that you literally rent from the city. So I could get by with a 32. And in addition, this encourages people to recycle because it means your trash space is actually going for trash, right?
There are many benefits to it. Yes, it's going to encourage recycling. And it's going to be much like your water usage. If you keep your faucets from dripping, if you conserve water, you're going to pay less water bill. It'd be the same thing with your solid waste. If you don't generate a lot of solid waste compared to somebody who does, then your solid waste fees or what you're paying for that is going to be much less than somebody who's running a home business and has lots of boxes and trash and things like that end up in the landfill.
And yet the plan that's coming from the mayor's office, not to disparage that plan or the mayor, but it's a flat rate, $12 a month for everybody, no matter how much trash and or refuse you produce.
Right, and it's always easy to say it's flat fee for everybody. Let's share the love a little bit and get this done. But I think this is the good thing about this, and what excites me is the public's coming back with some responses, and not only don't like it, but we don't like it, and let's look at this, and that's the way it should work. So I think that the council and the mayor have got to go and do the due diligence on this and see how could we implement something like this? How can we estimate, that it would cover the expenses of what solid waste needs to cover for their operation?
Might turn out to be a moneymaker. You never know.
That's right. That's right.
Now, I railed a little bit last week, and Brian Crawford called because, a lot of other cities charge a fee. Baton Rouge, Alexandria, lots of them, New Orleans, etc. And I thought, well, just because everybody charges a fee, so we want to charge a fee. What kind of reaction are you getting to this fee? A lot of local residents are used to free garbage pickup.
They are, and I've not received as much reaction as I thought I would have. I think it can kind of continue to grow as people talk about it out in the public. And I agree with you. You don't want to implement a fee just because neighboring city has it. I think anytime you're looking at a cost for service that you're passing on to the citizens directly, you have to know what that service actually costs. And I'm not sure that we know what solid waste costs in Shreveport just yet.
In y'all's discussions, do you anticipate at all talking about privatization?
I don't think we will right now. That has been tossed around the past probably 18 months a little bit. It was not a smooth transition in Bossier City. And I was at a neighborhood meeting Sunday night, and a gentleman came up and he said, I'll pay a fair fee. I don't want privatization because I don't want it out of the city's hands where they have no control anymore.
Is this going to be probably the most controversial item in the budget you anticipate once y'all get and pull all the Band-Aids off?
I think that this is going to generate a lot of talk. I think that there's more items in there that we need to look at, just the size of the budget versus the revenue.
Pardon me, Mike. I want you to finish the answer, but would it be fair for me to say that, and I don't know if this is true or not, you tell me, would it be fair to say that the proposed garbage fee is the cornerstone of the funding for the mayor's city employee raises?
Yes. In a word, yes. That's the only way that whole plan works, because we're creating a new pot of money to run garbage, and we are leaving a pot of money in the general fund that this year would be paying for garbage. That money can now be used to support pay raises, the associated benefits, and then if there's some additional leftover, that would go towards some street projects.
And then just to sum up, you guys in the city council, pardon me, are getting together toward the end of the month, I think 29th and 30th on that weekend to start to hash things out, right?
We are. And one of the things I'm going to bring up today in council meeting is I'm going to ask the chairman to break out fire, police, public works, and SPAR, the biggest budgets that we have. Fire and police are over $50 million each. Let's take those out and do those on a weeknight. Let's get the public involved, and let's take our time to go through those budgets, because those we can find savings somewhere. That's the budgets where we're going to find them.